young boy. He was with his grandfather, who was a chief. And he said, "Grandfather, how did we get our names, my brother, my sister, and myself?" And his grandfather said, my grandson, when your sister was born, we opened the flap of the teepee and looked outside, and there was a running deer, so we named her Running Deer. And when your brother was born, we opened up the teepee tent, the flap, and we saw a standing bear, and we named him Standing Bear. And he said to Chris, "Why do you ask, humping dog?"
You're bad, Victor.
Thank you.
You're bad.
Thank you.
Anyway,
Lovely weather.
Kimberly, you see what I have to deal with?
Yes, and you love every second, and isn't it wonderful to be so loved?
That's it.
Yes, it is. I have great co-hosts with me and amazing friends and John Weathers. You're an awesome dude, and we appreciate how you support this show, and we appreciate all of our listeners. We only have about 13 minutes left, so River, why don't you ask the next question?
Well, I've only got a couple left, so it's about to get real personal here on the Paranormal Lounge. But first, Kimberly, let's discuss, what does a truly successful, loving relationship look like? And I am surprised that question fell on me, being that I'm the one that doesn't want to define anything, and I like to be irrevocable and wild. But go ahead, give us your best shot.
I think it depends upon what's true for you in your heart. The guidelines are love never hurts. That doesn't mean you can't be hurt. I mean, people don't deliberately hurt you. You have fair fighting rules, all those things that are practical things. Let's just say all those are in place. So what is a loving relationship? Where you feel safe, where you feel pleasure, where you feel known, where you feel like you really matter, where you know that your love has impact, where you are willing to be intimate. That's what a loving relationship is. And you can find any one of those words for yourself.
But, okay, all right, I just got a quick follow-up. For me, it's just all about this. Just be a good baby and give me what I want, okay?
Oh.
Boy.
Oh.
River, first of all,
Wait. I want to record that and play it back several times, okay?
I mean, really,
I thought you were recording, Vic.
I am recording.
You're our producer, baby.
I'm just saying it, that's all.
You can't be talking dirty like that with that voice and all on the show, River, because I'm a man, and I can't handle stuff like that. I mean, really, are you out of control?
You can't, Chris. You dish it out. What do you mean?
I believe that River is in a state of excitement tonight.
I think so.
I'm always in a state of
excitement. Your husband is in for a treat tonight, I think.
If I'm not here to be excited, what is there? Life is a state of excitement. Everything I do all day long literally turns me on. All day.
Oh, my God.
Every day.
What is your husband's name? I want to know his name. You told me before. I need to know his name. Is it David?
No.
What is it?
Come on.
His name is Tired.
Well, whatever your husband's name is, I'm giving him a shout out tonight. My friend, I hope you got your rest today, because the wild woman is gonna tear you up tonight, I think. Victor, why don't you take the next question?
Hang on, I have to take a breath or two. Hang on. So I have to have a cigarette actually right now.
You don't smoke.
I don't smoke, but I have to have a cigarette. The name of the game with relationships for most of us is open and honest communication. And I guess the question is, how honest can you afford to be, especially if honesty hurts other people's feelings?
Great question.
It's a great question. But I would suggest that you can answer almost any question, and I say almost because we're human. Maybe someone could come up with one that I can't find a way around, that is said with such grace and such heartfelt compassion that you could answer it honestly. For instance, a friend of mine just sent me her new CD. Oh, my God. It's awful. She can't sing. And everyone is telling her, including the people who are taking money from her to produce these things, that she can sing. She can't. And when she asked me, we're going to have a discussion about, did she really listen? Now, I believe that the songs are beautiful and that she should give them to someone who can sing so that her love can get out in the world that way. There's always a way to tell the truth. Now, do people always want to hear the truth? No. But Chris started this show by saying, don't ask me questions you don't want the truth to. And it's kind of like that. And it starts with ourselves. We always need to be absolutely, rigorously honest with ourselves and compassionately honest with someone else. And sometimes I just say, no, I choose not to answer that question, which is my truth in that moment. But would I do that to a lover? No. For a lover, the rules are different, and I'm going to hang in there till I find a way to say the words that they can hear, because that's what communication is about. Can I say the words in the way the other person can really hear them?
Nice. It's not easy to do. Good guy, River.
You know what? I just got to say it. I can't even bite my tongue any longer. Look, this is what we love about Chris George. Say what you got to say. Mean it when you say it. Say whatever comes to the tip of your tongue. This is what life is. If you've got to hide for somebody, I really feel you're doing yourself an injustice. Look, you got one chance to live this life this time around. You might come back again, but it's not going to be the same self, the same people, the same time. So live it, love it, own it. Do it. Do whatever you got to do. I just got to say my piece. For all our listeners, all of them.
Nice.
Don't be afraid. Live your truth. If they can't handle it, then you're in the wrong crowd. It's that simple.
That's right. Victor, did you want to add something? I see you got that look in your face.
No, I actually was going to say something, but I decided not to say it.
No, we got it right now. You can't be silent.
Okay, all right. You're talking about brutal honesty. Here's brutal honesty. Yes, I did sleep with her, but I don't love her.
Oh.
Not the way I love you, honey.
Oh, my.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I think Kimberly's really getting the gist of how tough it is to me with you two. Anyway, well, maybe it's the gist of how tough it is to you two with me. I don't know, but what's the first step a person can take on this journey to start having a healthy and sustained relationship?
Love yourself, and you begin that journey by asking yourself the question, is what I'm about to do a self-loving thing? Is eating this last bit of ice cream, and I've already eaten the entire quart, a loving thing? Is staying home tonight when I could go out and sit around and drink coffee and talk to friends a loving thing? Is reading a book that is total trash when I could read a book that stretches me? Is that a loving thing? Do I need to veg today because I've worked flat out really hard and all I want to do is veg? Is that a loving thing? To ask yourself that question. And if vegging is a loving thing, then for goodness sake, do it. But it begins with asking ourselves, are my choices day to day choices that indicate that I love myself?
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think the real big question, in all seriousness, I know we've been joking around a little tonight, being a little bit light, but the real question that I would ask someone, I've counseled a lot of couples in my role as an faith minister, and I've counseled a lot of individuals who are in troubled relationships. And my main question to them is, are you happy with yourself in that relationship? Do you feel worthy? Do you feel that your needs and your nature is being honored? And if the answer is no, then you have to do a lot of serious thinking.
Yes. And the thinking, of course, is what am I doing to keep the power with yourself? What am I doing that it doesn't allow love in? And if I've chosen someone that doesn't know how to love and doesn't care to learn, then I need to make choices around that.
I think that's a great follow-up question. Do we actually, are we born knowing how to love, or do we have to really learn it?
I think that depends upon, I believe that we are born bringing with us, because I believe that feelings are immortal, that we bring with us feelings that perhaps we haven't cleared in past lifetimes, and that we bring those with us. Do all human beings have a drive to be loving? Absolutely. When backed from the corner, one of the basic human drives is to be loving. Notice I didn't say to be loved, but to be loving in the world. And too often our childhood breeds that out of us. But children that are born with love, children who are born to learn to love themselves, I believe that parents have two goals: to teach your children to love, to live successfully without you, and to teach your children to love themselves. If you've done those two things, you have fulfilled your role as a parent. And too many parents get F's.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, River, all yours.
I don't know. I'm out of questions, but I've got lots of comments. I'm not sure that everybody here is ready to be the best version of themselves. I think I have to disagree with that. And it would be nice to think that everybody's got love as a basic DNA structure. I think we want it to be that way, but it's not. And that's why we've got so many broken issues and broken problems. And we look at religion and we look at society, and we wonder why we have all these multitudes of religions and peoples, and we wonder why we're failing and we can't make it and we can't coexist, because there is a failure against man. And you've got to live and you've got to experience to know that and understand it. Until you've understood it and lived and heard a couple of times, you're not going to know. And if you're searching for love and you're aching for love, it's quite possible that you've known love before, probably in a prior lifetime. And so that's why your soul is craving it, because you know what it tastes like. Everybody that has cake wants another one, you know?
Yeah,
So.
I'm going to disagree on that. What if what life is about is dropping away who we are not, and that who we really are in our core are loving, and that is the lack of love and the separation from love that is the root of all evil, and that is what creates the monsters in the world. And so where did that separation of love come from? I guess I believe in the goodness and truth and beauty of humankind, and I believe the vast majority of us are that way, and the press happens to only feed us the small percentage of the monsters in the world. Look at the four of us. Did we just, beam in from Scottyville? No. Each one of us has had our own trials, our own tribulations, and yet we are loving people in the world. And my last thought on that is, hurting is not the way to love, but if you're going to get lemonade, then get lemons, make lemonade. Yeah. I would suggest that the greatest truth is that the best lessons are learned when you are not hurting, when you are filled with love, and then those lessons can become stellar, in fact, divine.
Absolutely. I just want to share very quickly, written by Bernie Taupin, sung by Elton John, Love Song. The words I have to say may well be simple, but they're true. Until you give your love, there's nothing more that we can do. Love is the opening door. Love is what we came here for. No one could offer you more. Do you know what I mean? Have your eyes really seen?
Nice. You always come up with something, I'll tell you. Very nice. Well, guys, I got to tell you, I'm very happy with the show tonight. I mean, like I said, it was a little bit different for us, and I thought it was fantastic. I thought the guests were fantastic, and this was a really great show. It flowed beautifully. We only have a minute left, so why don't we thank our guests one more time. And Kimberly, please, before we go off the air, give your information so we can get it out there one more time.
People can reach me at getlove.com, and I thank all three of you for your openness to not only hear what I have to say, but to share what you did. Thank you so much.
And thank you.
Pleasure. You're fantastic. And the next book, when it comes out, make sure you get in contact with me, because we're going to put you on again.
Well, I would love so. Thank you.
All right. Well, you have a great night. I know you're driving soon, so drive safe. And happy Easter if you celebrate.
Happy Easter. Happy Passover.
Absolutely. Happy both. And happy great day to all of you.
Absolutely.
Thank you, my dear. So, guys, you have any last words before we go off the air?
Love, baby. Love is it.
What's love got to do? Got to do with it. All right, guys. Well, listen, thank you for joining us on the Paranormal Lounge. River, take us out, baby.
You've been listening to the Paranormal Lounge on D.T.M. Wicked Radio, and you're all cut off for right now. But don't worry, the first round's on us next week. The first shot is with us. Good night.
Have a good night, everybody.
Good night.
All right. Nice show. I think we're off the air now.
Kimberly, thank you so much. That was great.
I really appreciate it, and I hope ever you didn't mind me disagreeing with you for a moment.
Oh God, no. Love
no.
it. I live disagreement. I like real and I like raw. If I didn't say it 3 times, I said it 5. You're okay.